Hello, Nigeria. I am Becky Madujemu. It feels good to be back with juicy stories on your favorite newsline this Sunday. There's a bit of what's to come. People of our community in the eastern part of Nigeria can't get over the bloodbath that happened in a place of worship. As the saga unfolds, witnesses and the police will provide the available details. And the worrisome incident, a 4-year-old girl and her parents are currently distraught, and the school bus driver is behind their predicament, allegedly. The details will cause us to reevaluate the mental disposition of school handlers. And for updates, we revisit the case of a teenager who died mysteriously in a Lagos hotel and the plight of a male amputee in need of support. We also have the usual events lined up for your viewing delight, but I will stand down for Joseph Johnson, who is set to give us the day's news. There you go, Joe.
Thank you very much indeed, Becky. President Muhammadu Buhari has made a strong case for African leaders to work concertedly towards ensuring a more productive, self-sufficient and purpose-driven organization that will fully serve the interests of their people, contributing to the debate on the reform of the African Union. The president maintains that global realities demand that the Union must be overhauled to remain relevant in intergovernmental processes. State House correspondent Adam Musambo has details.
The debate held behind closed doors followed the submission of a comprehensive report on the institutional reform of the African Union by President Paul Kagame of Rwanda. President Muhammadu Buhari told the African leaders that Nigeria demands a truly reformed, efficient and effective African Union Commission that is fully committed to the discharge of its duties and responsibilities. He assured them of his country's full support and abiding commitment towards ensuring that the reform process is successful. Foreign Affairs Minister Geoffrey Onyama attended the closed-door session.
Mr. President is a great believer in good governance, in transparent governance, and also in impactful governance. Nigeria is one of the big contributors to the AU, and you want to see the benefits of what you're paying for, you see, and also the vision that we have for, for Africa. As I said, the Africa we want. We have a 2063 agenda, a roadmap, and it aligns and tallies very much with Mr. President's general vision, peace and security, good governance. He's been champion of the anti-corruption program of the African Union, so he also wants to see that institutionalized.
President Buhari calls for collaboration and greater coherence amongst all stakeholders towards the attainment of Agenda 2063. Meanwhile, Nigeria's candidate, Ambassador Bankole Adewoye, has been elected as the new Commissioner for Political Affairs, Peace and Security of the African Union Commission. Ambassador Adewoye was overwhelmingly supported by all the 55 member countries of the African Union.
You realize, of course, that we need somebody that would galvanize and mobilize whatever resources, whatever it takes to assist us in addressing these matters of peace or lack of it and insecurity. So we need all the peace that we can get, we need all the security to enable us to address other issues of development. We have in our candidate somebody who has had the rare privilege of serving as chairperson of the African Union Committee on Peace and Security 3 times. And he is simply about the best that you can get today in Africa.
During the election, Musa Fahaki Mahamat was returned unopposed as the chairperson of the African Union Commission. From the State House, Adam Musambo, NTA News.
The ongoing construction of a second bridge across the River Niger is said to be a promise made and kept by the Buhari's administration to the people of the southeast region. Joy Ilegbo reports that leadership of the All Progressives Congress APC in the southeast and Ohaneze, who visited the site in Anambra State, said the project will not only benefit people of the region but the country in general.
With the federal government's determination to complete the second Niger bridge within specified period, the bridge, which is at 54% completion, is already taking shape with the incremental launch of the bridge deck with the Asaba bound already completed. Selected leaders of the APC Southeast and Ohanese leadership, led by the Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma and President General Ohanese Ndibo George Obiozo, were at the site to ascertain the level of work on the monumental project.
That those who are saying that federal government has not remembered Southeast, I want anybody to point at anywhere in Nigeria that is one project that is its cost is 366 billion naira.
And I believe the only way really to trust your government is that when your government makes a promise, it keeps it. And we are very happy that President Muhammadu Buhari made this promise and he's keeping the promise.
I am extremely impressed with what we have seen.
I want to thank Mr. President for taking it as a responsibility that this project continue to move and move the way it is moving.
The bridge, with a contract sum of 206 billion naira, is a major signature project of the APC government in the Southeast region, said to have indirectly provided employment for the surrounding communities, engaging over 20,000 people. Countdown to the 2022 completion date for the second Niger bridge has already begun, as the people wait eagerly when the bridge will be opened for use. From Onitsha, Joy Ilwebu, NTA News.
The Federal Ministry of Agriculture has challenged all the institutions under the ministry on the need to carry their host communities along in the experimentation of research and innovations. Minister of State for Agriculture Mustafa Baba Shehuri spoke during a working visit to Bauchi and Gombe states. Musa Baba Aliyu has more.
Mustafa Baba Shehuri, the Minister of State for Agriculture, is on a two-day working visit to Bauchi and Gombe states to inspect projects being executed by the federal government through his ministry. In Bauchi, he inspected the ongoing 10-kilometer rural routes under construction in the state. He was, however, not happy with the way this market was yet to put to use after it was completed 2 years ago. In Gombe, at the Federal Horticultural College located in Dadunkowa, he challenged the school authority to give priority to extension services. He said all institutions under the Ministry of Agriculture can generate revenue through their innovations and activities.
This, coupled with efforts to improve rural infrastructure and other value chain support, will invariably contribute to the attainment of Mr. President's desire to ensure easy access to quality food and nutrition by Nigerians.
There are 3 rural routes under construction by the Ministry of Agriculture in Gombe State, with the Minister of State assuring the state government that the projects will be completed in good time. Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the intentions of the federal government in reviving agriculture as an alternative to oil is yielding the desired outcome. Emmanuel Akila reports that in Gombe State, the farmers' harvest of cotton for the 2020 wet season farming, funded under the Anchor Borrowers Program of the Central Bank of Nigeria, has brought back the cotton pyramids long forgotten to feed home granaries.
The era of financial difficulties and bad markets that caused setback to cotton production in Nigeria is over, courtesy of the renewed political will of the Buhari administration that came about the Anchor Borrowers Program by the Central Bank of Nigeria. Now, hundreds of metric tons of cottons have been harvested in the northeast in the last wet season farming, and the CBN has come to receive the harvest to sell to local cotton processing companies.
You can see the quantity now. A very large quantity of cotton. They are still bringing. They have not finished bringing because we have just started. So the effort made by the government, by the CBN at the federal level, and also by the state government ensuring production of this season and the security, I think has affected the production.
The arrangement by the CBN is a win-win situation for both cotton farmers and the local granaries, with a value chain of employment opportunities for Nigerians.
How do we take this Anchor Borrowers Program scheme to the CTG sector? Well, that's been done already by the CBN. Like I said, it's a value chain intervention. As they supported the farmers with input financing, likewise they supported the granaries, giving them cheap funding to be able to buy from the farmers.
The funds by the CBN are provided to the farmers through commercial banks, another boost to the financial institutions to help them drive private sector-based economy in the country. In Gombe, Emmanuel Akila, NTA News.
The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC) has announced a trading surplus of 13.43 billion naira for the month of November 2020. Now, this shows a 54% increase from the 8.71 billion naira surplus recorded in October 2020. A statement by the Group General Manager, Group Public Affairs Division of the corporation, Dr. Kenny Obateru, says the 54% increase in trading surplus in November 2020 is primarily ascribed to the substantial decrease in expenditure from the Nigeria Gas Company due to cost reduction in overheads, coupled with 38% reduction in NNPC corporate headquarters deficit, and the noticeably improved profits for additional engineering services rendered by the Nigerian Engineering and Technical Company, NETCO, and increased revenue from import activities posted by Duke Oil Incorporated. These healthy performances, according to the statement, dominated all other NNPC subsidiaries to record the group surplus. The report also indicated that export sales of crude oil and gas for the month stood at $108.84 million, making a 70.33% increase compared to the previous month. Now, genuine efforts at repositioning the ruling All Progressives Congress towards consolidating its position as the political party of choice in delivering democracy dividends is at the heart of the APC membership revalidation exercise ongoing nationwide. Olabode Arewa reports puts together the activity in some states.
With renewed faith in the progressives' ideal, as espoused by the APC, party faithful are turning out to revalidate their membership of the party. Hussein Musa reports that in Niger State, Governor Sonny Bello joins other party members to revalidate his membership.
We want people to join our party, so we cannot close our doors.
In Oka, Daniel Ukpai reports that the National Registration and Revalidation Committee of the APC, on a visit to the Anambra State capital, charged party members to consolidate on the APC's achievements and re-energize for future elections. From Asaba Delta State, Austin Edemod reports that the APC registration is set to take off with a capacity-building exercise for party supervisors. Yunusa Suleiman from Yobe State reports that President of the Senate, Ahmad Lawan, revalidated his membership of the APC at his polling unit in Katuzu Ward, Bade local government area of Yobe State.
We have so many Nigerians, millions, tens of millions of Nigerians who have come of age to join any political party of their choice. And majority of them have decided to pitch their tent with the APC.
Similarly, Gbenga Oloyede reports that Speaker, House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, joined party faithful in Surulere, Lagos State, to revalidate his party membership with a call on more youths to join the party.
We want to see our register along with young men and women, the youth, who basically, as far as I'm concerned, own this country today.
Meanwhile, the Publicity Subcommittee of the Contact and Mobilization Committee, headed by Governor Yahaya Bello of Kogi State, has called on Nigerians, especially women and the youth, to see the exercise as a golden opportunity to register and own the ruling party. The subcommittee also praised the caretaker Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee, headed by Governor Maimala Buni of Yobe State, for the reconciliation of the crisis in many states, especially the Zamfara State chapter, saying it was not in doubt that Rivers, Imo, and Kwara would equally be reconciled. The statement also noted that President Muhammadu Buhari had laid a solid foundation for promotion of the doctrine of internal democracy and people's ownership of the APC during its validation at Dara. Olabode Arewa, NTA News.
Now let's show you a dramatic scene now where at the sitting of the Lagos State Judicial Panel on Restitution for Victims of SARS and other related matters, as the panel split into two over the ruling granting LCC's application to take over possession of the Lekki Tollgate Plaza. 5 members were in support of the ruling, while 5 others were against.
Application by the Lekki Concession Company to take back the Lekki Tollgate Plaza was granted by the panel, but with a little dramatic turn of events. 5 members of the panel, led by the chairman, Justice Doris Okuobi retired, sat over the application of LCC to repossess the Lekki Tollgate Plaza and listened to submissions from the LCC, Lagos State Government, and NSAS protesters' councils. The 4 other members of the panel abstained from sitting. After listening to arguments, Justice Okuobi, in her ruling, granted the application.
No party has shown any further need to investigate there, and to say evidence of the witness not yet called must be awaited before giving opportunity to LCC to take over a toll plaza will be cloistered justice, not taking in the best interest of all the parties.
After ruling, the 4 dissenting panel members emerged from the inner chamber to read their judgment on the matter.
The 4 members who absented themselves believe and hold firmly that this panel must convey its holistic and credible decisions on events and not its majority decisions only.
Their action were disputed by Counsel for LCC and Counsel for Lagos State Government. The breach in proceedings led to adjournment of all other cases scheduled for the day. In Lagos, Hingino John Adams, NTA News.
Academic activities have commenced at the University of Calabar after the 9-month-old strike by the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU. Achebombasi in this report takes a look at measures put in place to protect staff and students in line with COVID-19 protocols.
The long-awaited February 5th, 2021 scheduled for the resumption of academic activities for the 2019-2020 session is finally here, and the students are visibly in good spirits to return to school.
I'm looking forward to the school calendar speeding up our academic pursuits.
Please, they should not close down the school anymore.
One major feature here at the University of Calabar is a strict adherence to the COVID-19 protocols, which is also applicable in the school's transportation system. The Vice-Chancellor, Professor Florence Obi, says she's excited to have the students back on campus while advising students to comply with all the COVID-19 protocols put in place.
We're going to have, as we come into the administrative block, the library, the student accounts, just wherever we're going to have a crowd, where we know we have crowds, we've worked out modalities of putting some of those equipment there.
It's the hope of the students that the session will be uninterrupted. In Calabar, Achebombasi, NTA News.
Internally displaced women in one of the camps in Abuja have taken the bull by the horn to empower themselves against unforeseen circumstances. Now, this follows the vision of an association formed by the women to raise funds to support themselves at the new Kuchengoro camp in the Federal Capital Territory. Ruth Aguale reports.
Against all odds, with a heart of gratitude for the gift of life, these internally displaced women have found strength in uniting to make their lives more meaningful. Mothers, sisters, and daughters gather under the umbrella of IDP Women Togetherness Association to raise funds to meet their vision of ensuring that no family, women, or children die from any preventable disease, childbirth, and malnutrition.
One of our colleagues, a woman, died at birth because there is no any stranger that come to the camp on that time to assist, to took her to the hospital. And all of us, before we don't have this organization, and we lost that woman at birth. This one make us to cooperate. That is the reason we are needing support today.
Gaskiya zaman mu ba ma bambanci tsakaninmu da musulmi da kristan duka ɗaya ne. Duk abin da ya faru da juna duk muna tashi mu taimaka wa junanmu.
Highly impressed with their way those women put them, so that at least order comes, they will follow their step. Whatever that is available, we will give and support them.
Excitedly, they display their cultural heritage in celebration of their progress. But beyond this gathering, a better tomorrow with the necessary support, they say, is their hope, so that their children will grow in good health. In Abuja, Ruth Aguela, NTA News.
Eleme, a town that has been in existence since the pre-colonial era, is known for its abundant solid mineral deposits. This, no doubt, has kept the town flourishing despite all odds, all thanks to His Royal Majesty King Apollos Chu Onehe Nchia X, who has continued to attract and advance the cause of infrastructural development of the community and enhance its security architecture to ensure safety of lives and property. For this reason, men and women of Ogale clan came out en masse to thank God for the memorable occasion. Ijama Ugweke reports.
Total restoration of peace, security, and surviving the challenges of 2020 gave rise to the special thanksgiving by the Ogale clan. With hearts filled with joy, King Apollos Chu surrendered himself to the supremacy of God. As the church service came to an end, the ceremony shifted to the King's Court, where encomiums were poured on His Royal Majesty Apollos Chu, who was also honored with a Distinguished Leadership Award for his humanitarian and philanthropic gesture. These have in no small measure impacted on people's lives.
He has done well in so many areas, in the areas of provision of social infrastructure.
Whatever you think that is bothering you, you have a solution to it. Indeed, God sent it to us.
I do those things and I have life fulfillment in me. So invariably, unity is everything, and it's my duty as a traditional ruler to ensure there's peace and there's unity in the community. For whatever future we want to speak for more, that the peace we're having today, we may have more peace and more development in the community. It's just future and a little patience with God, and we'll get it there.
The Oneenchia X, whose leadership prowess spanned through the length and breadth of our Gale community and environs, has attracted and constructed 30 roads, electricity projects, and church building, which has aided town planning, bringing a facelift to the community. He's also creating job opportunities, giving scholarships and other welfare packages to better the lives of his people. In Port Harcourt, Ijomu Gweke, NTA News.
President Muhammadu Buhari congratulates most warmly the Ohinohi of Ebiraland and chairman of Kogi State Traditional Council, Alhaji Ado Ibrahim, as he marks his 92nd birthday anniversary. The president, in a statement, applauds the Ohinoi's tireless commitment to the development of his domain and urges him to continue to promote peace and unity, not only in Ebiraland, but also Kogi State and the entire country. The president prays for sound health and longer life for the monarch, so that his over 2 decades reign will continue to yield enduring legacies and impact positively on the people of Kogi State. Similarly, the Emir of Ilorin, Dr. Ibrahim Sulu Gambari, extols the virtues of the Ohinoi of Ebiraland, Alhaji Ado Ibrahim, describing him as a foremost monarch and nationalist who has lifted the rich culture and traditions of Ibera people to an enviable height. In a goodwill message, Alhaji Sulu Gambari notes that The sustained peace and tranquility among the sons and daughters of Ibira land is a true testimony of his leadership qualities as an exemplary and worthy ambassador. He prays God to grant the Ohinoi peaceful reign and divine wisdom. As one of the purest forms of arts, poetry relieves man's daily sobs and experiences, as aptly captured in a new literary work titled Something About Everything, authored by Brigadier General Dele Arogundade, a serving officer of the Nigerian Army. Gufang Shaji, who was at the book presentation, reports that the 102-page book proffers answers to some questions and challenges confronting the world.
Writing of any sort is hugely an emotional activity that buds from life experiences. Arogundade's book has enduring titles and sections of reflective poems like Cloudy Matters, eulogies, places and random vibes, touching on something about everything.
Very poetic way of providing answers to complexities, which literally points at deadly challenges of leadership, poverty, and more. In the midst of all of this, Arogundade preaches tranquility.
Arogundade's works reflect his desire to put ink on paper about everything that has caught his fancy in an ever-evolving world.
I practice engineering, but I find more fulfillment in writing than engineering, because that is the natural me. When you discover yourself, you develop those potentials. Ultimately, your potentials will pay your bills.
You saw his talent in the literary cycle and encouraged him to put pen to paper, and the result is what you are seeing.
Besides his writing prowess, the Brigadier General also caters for the less privileged. He says donations from this book presentation will be channeled to the education of the less privileged. In Abuja, Gufan Shaji, NTA News.
Let's now join Tamara Bue for Sports Update.
Match day 9 of the Nigeria Professional Football League concludes Monday with a fixture between Rivers United and Nasarawa United at the Adokie Amiesimaka Stadium, Port Harcourt, live on NTA. Other day 9 fixtures recorded 2 away wins. Sunshine Stars lost yet again 1-2 to Kwara United. Same scoreline between MFM and Heartland FC. Top scorers for the day are Aqua United with a 3-0 victory over Katsina United. In tennis, the first Grand Slam of the year, the Australian Open, serves off Monday in Melbourne. Naomi Osaka, 2019 winner, 7-time champion Serena Williams and world number 1 Novak Djokovic will all be in action at the Rod Laver Arena in round 1. Naomi Osaka is up against Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova. Serena Williams faces Laura Siegmund, while Novak Djokovic squares up against Jeremy Chardy. In boxing, the boxing world has been thrown into mourning as former world heavyweight champion Leon Spinks dies at 67. Leon Spinks, an Olympic gold medalist who also shocked the world by beating Muhammad Ali to win the heavyweight title in his 8th pro fight, died Friday night after battling prostate and other cancers. With sports update, Tamara Ibiwe, NTA News.
President Muhammadu Buhari has expressed deep condolences and sympathy over the demise of Ajia Meru Saidu Daura, wife of late older brother of the Emir. In a condolence statement, President Buhari described Ajia Meru as a respected lady who worked for the welfare of the community, and her demise an irreparable loss to her family and the community. He praised God for the salvation of the departed soul and strength to the bereaved family. And that's the news segment. Thank you very much indeed for watching. I'm Joseph Johnson. We take some messages now. After that, Becky will be back with her bag of juicy stories. Stay with us.
Dear customer, link your Airtel number to your national identification number today. Here are easy ways you can do it. Dial *121*1# on your Airtel line and follow the prompts on the screen. Type in your 11-digit government-approved NIN number. You will receive a confirmation message to confirm your entry. You can also visit www.airtel.com.ng/NIN to link your phone number to your NIN. If you do not know your NIN, simply dial *346# to get it. No stress, no wahala.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Abuja, the evolution and development of a capital city, is an instructive and incisive book that chronicles how the idea of a new federal capital territory was born and situates the vision of the founding fathers while capturing the key declarations, broadcasts, and physical planning activities. This must-read book highlights the policy thrust and major contributions of successive administrations to the development of Abuja on the period August 1998 to May 2019, as well as showcasing FCT tourism potentials and other landmarks. Join the author, Dr. Jumai Amadu, as this book is presented to the public on the 9th of February 2021, time 11 a.m. Venue, Executive Hall, Abuja International Conference Center. Special guests of honor, the Honorable Minister of the FCT, Malam Mohammed Musa Bello, and the Honorable Minister of State, FCT, Hajia Ramatu Tijani Aliu. Chairman of the occasion, Phillips Tanimu Aduda, Senator representing the FCT. Planning Committee, Announcer.
Hey guys, making music for you is so easy for me to do. But you know what else is super easy to do? Linking your NIN to your Glow line by dialing *109*NIN#. Or I can call 109 from my Glow line and follow the instructions. And if I don't want to call, I can text my NIN to 109. I can even visit glowworld.com/NIN. And what if you've forgotten your NIN? All you have to do is dial *346# and Glow will help you remember it. Someone may ask, what if I haven't registered? All you have to do is go into the nearest Glow World and we'll help you register. It's that easy. So don't get disconnected from all of the amazing voice and data offers from Glow. Linking your NIN to your Glow lines is simple, safe, and 100% free with zero hassles.
Glow Unlimited.
Like a bird needs wings to fly, you need skills to be productive. No matter the level of your education, ITF can train you to acquire skills in areas like mechatronics, metal machining, facility technology, electronics and computer networking, information and communication technology, ICT, culinary art, and agriculture. Acquire a skill and transform yourself from being unemployed to becoming even an employer. Be a valuable Nigerian youth. Say no to unemployment and poverty.
It's time.
Industrial Training Fund, developing the nation's human resource.
When times are tough, we know that as a mother, one thing you should never compromise on is your family's oral health, because they deserve the best. Oral-B, all-round protection. Its great value, it protects your mouth from harmful bacteria and also protects you against tooth holes and gum problems which can lead to tooth loss. It strengthens your family's teeth and gives them all-round protection. So remember, protect their future. Oral-B for healthier, stronger teeth in just 1 week.
Members of Asia community in Anambra State are devastated as they mourn the gruesome killing of 3 members of the Ekwesianya family who were murdered in cold blood inside a church by unknown gunmen during a midweek prayer meeting. Chinyere Fesi Okoye, who went on a fact-finding mission to the community, now reports. Here is the Church of God's Seventh-day Asia World Headquarters, Jerusalem, Israel, where the tragic incident of the murder of Elder Kenneth Ekwesianya, the wife Grace, and the daughter Chioma took place on Wednesday, February 3rd, 2021. An eyewitness who said that a junior pastor and 2 of his children, who are now in the hospital, were also shot by the gunmen, narrated that the perpetrator, who wore masks, dashed into the church, surrendered the congregation, and requested for members of 3 families who were founding fathers of the church before he opened fire on his targets. The eyewitness, who said she is still in shock of her life, and her younger brother, who got saved from the scene, told NTA crew that there was a lingering tussle before now over ownership of the land where the church is situated at the boundary between Azia and Osumohu, both in Ihala local government area of Anambra State.
At the end of that, concluding the prayer, I overheard somebody say, "All of you surrender your phone. Where is the car key? Where is the car key?" He said when he's not watching with us, he said again, "What is your name?" Pointing at my husband. "Are you sure you're not weighing?" My husband said he's not weighing. Then he said, "Oh, all of you, go to that side and consider all of you dead today. I'm here for 3 people. I'm here for a mission for 3 people." Then he first of all shoot the wife, our elder's wife, shoot the pastor, my senior brother that is in the hospital, and our elder at last.
This is exactly a repetition of what happened in 1988, when the then pastor of this church, the pioneer pastor, late Pastor Dennis Ntukoku, my father, and the father of Pastor Solomon Ntukoku, who was also a victim of the incident that happened last week, Wednesday. Some group of men, armed men, came to our house to assassinate him the way they did here.
Sorrowful mood, pains, and tears characterize the mood at the Ekwesianya family.
This man made me who I am. I wouldn't have been a doctor if I didn't meet a brother like this. We've been reading bizarre stories about what they cooked. It's a cooked story, but we know it's not true. The real story will soon come out.
Though the family members say they are yet to come in terms with the realities on ground, they have opened condolence register for the deceased, while sympathizers have continued to throng their compound to console them over the ugly incident. The deceased, Elder Kenneth Ekwesianya, who was the general overseer of the Church of God Seventh-day Asia for over 2 decades, aged 72, was a retired director in Anambra State Ministry of Education. The wife, Grace, aged 56, was the headmistress of Obum Community Primary School, Asia, while their daughter, late Chioma Ekwesianya, aged 32, was a postgraduate student at Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University. While waiting for the outcome of the ongoing investigation by the Anambra State Police Command, the deceased family members are praying for justice.
Horrific incident, and may the souls of the victims rest in peace. And let's not forget that a killer is on the loose. When arrest is made, you will be informed. Now, November last year, we brought you a report about the mysterious death of a teenager in Lagos. Newsline promised to update you with events as they unfold. Annie Daniels, who has been tracking the case, will serve us the latest.
Like you heard from Becky, late Ayamikbosi Sunday was full of life, especially after marking his 17th year birthday, just 2 days before he met his untimely death in a hotel around the neighborhood. This incident occurred after Ayo got a call from a friend who invited him over to the hotel.
And he couldn't come back when his mother started calling the friend's number. No, the Olamikbosi number. Nobody picked it. Later, somebody picked. The moment he heard his mother, he switched off the phone. The senior sister now called the Olamikbosi number. Somebody now picked it and told the senior sister to go and meet Olamikbosi corpse in the mortuary.
I don't know the friend. I don't know anybody.
Yet to come to terms with the unfortunate incident, the family got another shock. They saw Ayamikbosi's lifeless body inside a vehicle.
And I called the driver. Who drive this car? He said he's the one that drive the car. That is a good Samaritan. You are a good Samaritan. Where do you pick him? Do you pick him on the road? He said you just help him. You help him. Do you help him to hospital? And you carry him to mortuary.
When you saw the corpse of Olaposun, did you see any cuts, wounds, scars on his skin?
There is no any mark on him at all.
Not wanting to take laws into their hands, the family reported the case to the Iju police station. Lagos State Police Public Relations Officer Olumiyiwa Adejobi informed me that the command was fully aware of the case, with arrests made and investigations still ongoing.
And it's a murder case that we can't just start today and finish today. It's not possible. It's a process. But whoever that will be interrogated will be interrogated. That's the assurance.
However, 4 months down the line, family members of the deceased say they are yet to get justice.
The woman in question, I mean the owner of the recreational center, till now has not been interviewed, neither have him show face, neither have him come to the family, I even come and say condolence. And the friends that went with him to that recreation have not been even arrested. And the driver, we've not seen any of, even the car that they used to take the cops to the mortuary. And the primary evidence has not been seen by us, I mean the phone, which the woman said he asked them to remove his phone.
Meanwhile, the remains of late Ayami Mosi have been laid to rest in the cemetery, and the family is still optimistic that someday they will get their desired justice.
I am a layman when it comes to law level, so it is the duty of the police and the law officers, all the Nigerians, to decide what to do. Because as for me, he's gone, he's gone. That's what we can do.
Like you just saw, family members have vowed not to rest until the mystery surrounding Ayo's death is unraveled. Obviously, more to come. 20-year-old Okweyemi Olatoke is physically challenged. Instead of receiving love and a high degree of empathy from family, this young lady was allegedly kept in solitary confinement for 5 years. It wasn't strangers or distant relatives who put her there. Her parents allegedly did it. Although she has been rescued by the Osun State government after an NGO exposed the horrific situation, there's more to the story. Femi Afariogun reports from Ikiro, Osun State.
Okweyemi Olatoke was not born with paralysis until a strange ailment struck her at age 4. For the past 16 years, Okweyemi has been in that condition under her parents' care. Even her father, who is a pastor, was helpless. Recently, a non-governmental organization exposed the alleged inhumane treatment of the young woman, now 20. She was allegedly locked up by her parents due to her condition in an abandoned room. This prompted the Osun State Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Welfare to arrest her father and brother in Ikiro, where she was kept. However, Okweyemi's mother and brother's side of the story contradicted the story that went viral.
What our interview was is different from what I wrote on the internet. And she said that we locked the girl more than 5 years inside the room, which is not true. If you see the girl now, you will see the nature of the caring.
When the case was brought before Chief Magistrate Olufunke Oyeniyi of the Family Court Kelebe in Osogbo, the court raised a team to visit Okweyemi at the State General Hospital at Shubiaro, Osogbo, where she was interrogated on the alleged maltreatment. Based on Okweyemi's side of the story on interrogation, which corroborated police findings, particularly on the period she has been in confinement, the magistrate freed her father and brother, ordering them to ensure proper care is given to her. Magistrate Oyeni also ruled that there should be a regular check on her by the state government and effort should be made to provide her with wheelchair.
Love her very well, and I want the Nigeria to help her in that situation.
Okweyemi is one of the many out there in the society desirous of love and adequate care.
If they have an opportunity to choose how they should be created, they wouldn't choose to be created as somebody living with disabilities.
Though her father, who is a founder of a church in Ikirun, and brother have been discharged and acquitted of all charges, it is hoped that the lessons of the 5 days in PlaceNet we made them redouble their efforts in adequately taking care of Okpeyemi.
Indeed, they are going to put in more efforts in making sure Okpeyemi is fine. Now, parents of a 4-year-old girl in Ogun State are enraged and badly traumatized after she was allegedly defiled by a school bus driver who was supposed to convey her to school. Let's join Hakim Jimo as he reports on the incident that allegedly happened in Odo Kekere area of Ojijo in Ogun State.
Early at 6 in the morning, school buses are seen plowing both major and feeder roads to pick pupils for school activities and subsequently return them home after school hours.
I believe it will give them sense of belonging to really mix up with their colleagues, not to see them to be segregating themselves.
Although cases of road crashes involving school buses are minimal, records of abuses, reckless driving, endangering the welfare of the minors and driving while impaired are some of the allegations against school bus drivers. Humble Michael is a school bus driver of a private school in Ogijo area of Ogun State. He was doing this job unhindered until he decided of his own volition to engage in a sexual assault of a 4-year-old pupil while taking her home from school. He has, however, confessed to this horrific crime.
I've never in my life fallen a victim like this. I've tried to humble myself. I don't know what pushed me.
The abused minor explained how helpless she was in the hand of a 32-year-old Humble Michael, who they all addressed as uncle.
I put his hand on my bum and I said I should sleep in the school bus. When I got I was crying, I said I should stop crying.
I saw her pants full of blood. So I now called her mom that she will observe her very well. So her mom now told me that it is blood. From there, we now called the proprietress of the school to let her know exactly what is going on.
Although the police have promised to prosecute the suspect for punishment on the law, Nigerians are worried about the psychological effects of being sexually assaulted as a child.
He was interrogated and he confessed to the commission of the crime. The Commissioner of Police, CP Edward Awolo Ajogun, there and then directed that the case will be transferred for discreet investigation and the prosecution of these culprits.
It's another mental health issue entirely, which is a personality disorder. Usually, their taste is for children, so they need treatment to see them through that period, to see them, to heal them emotionally, and psychologically, so that it will not affect them in future.
A lot of women are coming to the forefront, are coming to the social media space to talk about how they were assaulted and going on to seek interventions, pursue their case to a favorable conclusion.
Stakeholders call on government to initiate policies capable of subjecting school bus drivers to mental health tests to determine their physical fitness, as well as introducing devices to properly track activities of school bus drivers while behind the wheels.
A despicable crime done to an innocent baby, and of course the law will take action on the pedophile. A fortnight ago, we brought you a story of a young man with a big vision of becoming an international cobbler, but his dreams can only be achieved with your help. Hengino John Adams gives us an update on his condition.
Though days are passing and time is not on his side, with the deadline of June 2021 given to him by his doctor for a surgery, Kelechi Sunday Ivo is still determined to achieve his dream. The only obstacle between him and achieving his vision of becoming a brand name in the international shoe industry is cancer of the bone and his amputated hand. But with financial support of 10 million naira to undergo a surgery, 21-year-old Kelechi will have a meaningful life.
I'm soliciting, I'm begging for them to assist me in opening my shop and getting my electrical hand so that I'll be able to help others with this condition. God, life has been hard for me. throughout last day. From last day, I've not seen something good. I've not enjoyed something good throughout last day. In short, I can't really tell what happened, but I know, gosh, I suffered. I suffered last day. I really suffered. I just pray for the help I need to come. That's just what I'm praying for. Because words are not enough to express how I'm feeling.
They said he have osteosarcoma, which means cancer of the bone. That's what led to the amputation. So they have to place him on some medications to try and get a solution to it. But there are other medications like cancer supplement that we cannot actually afford. We've done series of spending. There are so many things that we know we have to buy for him so that, you understand, to do something. Because me, I am not working. I study language and communication. So I've missed so many interviews so that I could actually be a helping hand to my brother.
So far, Kelechi has gotten the support of 172,000 naira from good-spirited individuals. But the journey of achieving his dreams is still far, as the bill given to him by his doctor is 10 million naira.
A lot more is required to save Kelechi. We must support in every way possible. Please reach out to us, okay? Let's embark on a break. See you in a bit.
JJ has always been my father's hero. So this year, I wanted to do something really special. If I could just talk to JJ, I'm sure he would remember Dad. Mom says never give up. Hello JJ, it's me Victor. My dad's birthday is coming up soon and I want to surprise him. And she was right. I've been looking for you everywhere. Please help me.
Hi Samuel, happy birthday, it's JJ. Happy birthday to my man.
My dad is my hero, but now JJ is too.
Glow, the best data plans in town. Find your first. Dial *777#. Glow.
When times are tough, we know that as a mother, one thing you should never compromise on is your family's oral health, because they deserve the best. Oral-B, all-round protection. Its great value, it protects your mouth from harmful bacteria and also protects you against tooth holes and gum problems which can lead to tooth loss. It strengthens your family's teeth and gives them all-round protection. So remember, protect their future. Oral-B for healthier, stronger teeth in just 1 week.
See how much it now looks better. Golden pennies and Movita. New look, the same great taste. Golden pennies and Movita.
New look, same great taste with natural ingredients. Contains proteins that help maintain a balanced diet.
New look, the same great taste.
Golden penny Semovita, your soul food.
It is time for celebration. 30 years bustling with goodness. The challenge can never ever stop us. You can't underrate us. You can't underrate. Water Guinness, bustling with so much greatness. Water Guinness, enjoy a world of
washing powders are the same. Sunlight adds bursts of freshness to cleaning power to give you Sunlight 2-in-1 for sensational cleaning and freshness that lasts and lasts and lasts. Sunlight 2-in-1. Sensational cleaning with burst after burst of freshness.
Confidence is important in life's little moments. Strong teeth can help, even if they get her into trouble sometimes. A great smile is useful to break the ice, and making friends is easier when you know you have fresh breath. I give my family confidence with Pepsodent Triple Protection 123. Its antibacterial action formula gives them cavity protection, white teeth, and fresh breath. The confidence of 3 toothpaste in 1. Pepsodent Triple Protection 1, 2, 3.
Let's attend some events now. The ancient city of Jamire in Bauchi State recently witnessed a historic gathering of traditional rulers, prominent politicians, and people from all walks of life who showed up for the 50th anniversary of the Emir Alhaji Ahmadu Mohammed Wabi. Bulak Asfa reports that the occasion featured a number of activities with guests extolling the virtues of the Emir.
Jama'are is one of the 6 emirate councils in Bauchi State, and Alhaji Muhammad Ahmadu Wabi is the 9th emir of Jama'are.
All of Jama'are are from the Fulani Mare stock of clan, from Fulani Mare clan. They were initially living in Dilara Plain around Lake Chad. So at the beginning of the jihad, the Sheikh Osman for the jihad around June 1804, there was general struggles by the Fulanis.
Sultan of Sokoto Alhaji Muhammad Sa'ad Abubakar, while felicitating with the emir and people of Jama'are, said the leadership style of the emir is one that has promoted peace and unity among people of the area. Represented by Emir of Bauchi, Alhaji Rulwanu Suleiman Adamu, he further urged the Emir to ensure that he continues with the developmental projects in the area. Governor Bala Muhammad of Bauchi State congratulated the Emir and people of Jama'are, and he assured of government support to the traditional institution, adding that the institution is the closest to the people at the grassroots.
It has shown the kind of unity we have in Bauchi State. All of them are here, and I cannot thank them more.
Members of the Traditional Council of Jama'are also expressed their gratitude for the reign of Alhaji Ahmad Muhammad Wabi, which they say brought tremendous achievements.
So we are very grateful to Allah Almighty Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for having such a humble emir who is very patient and considerate to his subjects.
It's a long-awaited dream for us. Everybody in Jama'are is really very happy for this anniversary celebration.
Jama'are now is a big city, a developing city with dual carriageways and all the other infrastructure that is in place. And this has happened only within his period.
To the royal father on the anniversary. It was a joyous moment as Secretary to the Board of Civil Defense, Correctional Services and Immigration Services, Malam Alassane Yakmut, gave out his daughter Faiza to Ahmed Gambo in marriage. The wedding fatia was witnessed by distinguished personalities from across the country. Kim Quartz covered the wedding for Newsline.
State low-cost mosques, venue of the wedding, witnessed an array of guests as traditional rulers, top government functionaries, as well as the Comptroller General of Immigration Service graced the events. Guardians of the couple exchanged and received dowry, which was announced before the gathering. The bride and the groom revealed what attracted them to each other.
It's like a dream come true for me. This wonderful being, she's been part of my life, practically and literally part of my life.
He's very gentle, very kind, and honest, respectful. He's never had fights or chaos with anybody. He's very caring and kind.
Parents and guardians, while expressing the support from guests and well-wishers who graced the occasion, prayed for a lasting union.
I expect that my daughter should be very patient with her husband and her husband in return. For me, this exercise is a continuity of human culture. Once, I remember 29 years ago, I took somebody's daughter. Now I'm giving my own daughter out.
She should be patient and she should take care of her husband and his family. She should put Allah first.
Marriage is more than a ceremony. Today the seal is done, that you are husband and wives. The major job is what you stay together.
My advice is endurance, is mutual respect and mutual support. No marriage can survive without these three things.
The two of them is on Plateau and Nasarawa. So it's a continuation of unity of purpose.
Is that they should love each other. They should be friends. They should listen to one another. And if they have an issue, they should resolve it within themselves.
At the bride's residence, the celebration was taken to another height with a variety of dishes for the guest.
Congratulations to the lovely couple. Now for some sightseeing. There's a rural settlement in the northern part of Yobe State that is surrounded by beautiful sand dunes and oases. This destination, blessed by nature, is serene and breathtaking. Yunusa Suleiman, who recently visited the potential tourism terrain, will give us a tour.
The road to Tulo Tulo is rough and dusty, which can only be accessed using four-wheel drive vehicles, as visitors must cross many hurdles when en route to the remote community. Tulo Tulo in Kanuri language means a land full of clay soil. The community is one out of the 10 political wards in Yusufari local government area, located at the northernmost part of Yobe State between Nigeria and Niger Republic. With a distance of more than 300 kilometers away from Damaturu, the Yobe State capital, records have it that the village came into existence about a century ago when pastoralists migrated there in search of water and greener pasture. The inhabitants of this hard-to-reach area are predominantly Mangawa from Kanuri extraction, who depend heavily on seasonal farming and livestock rearing as means of their livelihood. Nicknamed by those who once set their feet in the place as a desert land of hope. As evident, nature has blessed this border community with a beautiful landscape, in addition to attractive palm trees, oases, and an appealing sand dunes suitable for academic field trip and research purposes. According to some development experts, Tulo Tulo, which is as strategic for transborder trade, has the potential of becoming a pearl of tourism, which, if fully exploited, can boost Nigeria's foreign exchange earnings, as federal government is working hard to diversify the nation's economy.
A place like this needs an urgent government intervention, because this place can serve as a place where the government can generate revenue. Because of this natural environment, people would like to visit, people would like to come. So I think a lot can be done and a lot can be achieved here in Tulo Tulo.
The settlement is also counted to be among areas in the state with large deposit of potash mined from the abundant marshy and swampy parts of the oasis. Hence, one of the major suppliers of the commodity to other parts of the country and beyond for consumption by humans and livestock, as well as raw material for industries.
People should feel free to come here. We are peaceful people. We are living here so peaceful. The place is very peaceful. There is no tension, no problem, nothing. So people can visit at any time. This is a home for all. Everyone is welcome here.
However, despite these untapped potentials, this peaceful settlement is grappling with numerous challenges. Notable among them include lack of access road, electricity, telecommunication facilities, as well as threat posed by desertification that is encroaching at an alarming speed, thereby making life very difficult for the dwellers.
Garin nan da hanya domin mun yi iyaka da boda, akwai harkokin kasuwanci da yawa da shige da fice. Kuma wannan garin akwai arzikin ƙasa wanda ake samu, wanda gwamnatin ƙaramar hukuma da na jiha da na tarayya take karuwa da ita.
To those who once visited this serene environment say, it is a lifetime experience worth sharing.
That certainly is a tourist location with beautiful gifts of nature. I hope you're having a great viewing time. Please keep it here as we pause for some commercial messages.
House. We may look alike, but we are very different individuals. My adorable twins, they look so alike, but they don't like wearing the same things. And my little man, he loves to learn his own way because doing things his way is more fulfilling. Everybody believes their way is best. That's why Golden Penny Pasta is our favorite meal. It allows me to satisfy everybody just the way they want it.
Golden Penny Pasta, made with durum wheat, is tasty, nutritious, a source of protein and fiber. Golden Penny Pasta, your way is best.
This is the Wilson family last week. This is the Wilson family this week. What's changed? What? The Wilson family got maximum entertainment for less, and now they're closer than ever. Your family can be too.
How does this work?
With world-class international channels that put the quality back in your quality time.
That's what I'm talking about.
GoTV Max will bring you and your family closer in no time. So upgrade to GoTV Max for only 2,999 naira today. Make you enjoy. GoTV. Love it.
Nigerian youths are about the greatest assets the country has at the moment. It is therefore not surprising that the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari is strategically responding to the yearnings of the youth through multiple projects and programs. Youth entrepreneurship support, yes, by Bank of Industry, the Youth Investment Fund by the CBN, and several other conditional cash transfer programs. Recruitment of 774,000 social workers, majority of whom are youths, and so many other projects that are beneficial to youths directly or indirectly. If the administration can do all this, definitely with a degree of patience and time, it can achieve more. Nigerian youths must come together to say no to terrorism, no to vandalism, and no to all disruptive tendencies. Hashtag Youth for Greater Nigeria. Pacifying the youths, unifying the nation.
A food crisis is brewing, and our tables will soon be empty if the world's population continues to increase and food production decreases.
We're not producing enough for our population.
I will do better if I can get source, financial source.
Catch new episodes of Farm and Fortune every Monday at 5:30 p.m. on NTA Network.
I bring you wonderful news. The village headmaster is coming back to your screen. Mo wire abi mi o wire.
Teacher no more. I fell one country. Teacher no more. I fell one country. Omoni resiti ne.
Ajebo na better school for last giddy. Not be all this on a rugged yes school for Ijabi. I don't know for you.
Second, it's called Oja Village. Kadesi. We know happy at all.
And I know that even you too, you are getting a lot of orders. Hey, we are trying, shall sweep her leg out. She was standing there. Sweep it.
I love you so much.
And how did I give you the impression that I was interested in that position?
50-year anniversary.
You mean anniversary?
I mean, I talk with that now. Not for me.
You want me to die?
Not for me because of Pamio.
Should be
Thanks for staying with us. Every now and then, shocking images appear on social media. And recently, 32-year-old Onyebuchi Okocha, founder of Children of Light Anointing Ministry, Nkpo, near Onitsha, Anambra State, got people talking and sharing the video he posted. In the footage, he boasted of having the ability to upgrade the economic status of his followers. What astounded many was the sight of naked adherents bathing in a river, while he sprayed them with naira notes. Abuse of the naira? You could say so. Inevitably, public condemnation has trailed what most commentators termed a strange religious ritual. Uchenna Nwunkoyo reports on issues surrounding this matter.
This year is year of Sanctum Sanctoriums. Sanctum Sanctoriums.
Religion is the belief in and worship of superhuman controlling power. People adopt several approaches to seek the face of the Supreme Being. For Mr. Onyebuchi Okocha, the founder of Children of Light Anointing Ministry based in Nkpo, Anambra State, popularly known as Onyeze Jesus, his style of worship to his creator could not have attracted the attention of anybody but for the nude pictures of his adherents bathing in a river posted on the internet and the naira notes thrown into the river. The criticism it generated got him in the hands of state authorities. Anambra State government, to that effect, issued a statement condemning the act. The State Police Public Relations Officer Haruna Mohammed, who declined speaking on camera, confirmed that the prophet was arrested for questioning over his alleged obtaining through false pretense, abuse of Nigerian currency and indecent exposure, and has since been released while investigations are ongoing. Getting the prophet for his own side of the story was not an easy journey. He, however, did not deny any of the allegations leveled against him, but pleaded that going forward, he will be mindful of what his media aides are dishing out to the public.
This work of God is a spirit, and anywhere He directs you, you will do it. Men may not understand. So I tell you that since I started this work, the Spirit of God has been using me, deliver so many people in our country and in our state.
People are coming here because of the good things that are coming from here. God is using him to deliver a lot of people and helping the poor.
The time I knew him, I was nobody. But today, I run my own business, but I'm still under him. I know so many things I've achieved, both last year and this year.
Meanwhile, some clergy in the city have called for more emphasis on messages that will edify the soul instead of material things.
The prosperity of your soul will now get you to get God's blessings on physical things, material things. And He says, seek first the kingdom of God and its righteousness, that these other things will be added to you.
Christ became poor so that we, through His poverty, will be rich. But there's a process towards that wealth. And that is the process that many people are avoiding.
I hardly know what to say, so I'm just going to let that one slide. Let's move on. The exigencies of modern-day living in most big cities, like the nation's capital, Abuja, require not only a lot of energy, but tons of patience to meet up with personal demands and work, of course. Owing to the high standard of living in the metropolis, most civil servants live in the suburbs of neighboring states in Nasarawa, Kogi, and Kaduna. This also explains the heavy traffic buildup experienced at weekdays and the attendant chaos. Jome Stevens reports on one common feature that makes an already bad situation worse.
5 days a week, most roads experience this heavy vehicular traffic, and it gets really bad when there is an accident or when vehicles break down. Some motorists say the heavy vehicular traffic and reckless driving are some motoring problems, while the indiscriminate blaring of horns by impatient drivers is another very disturbing behavior. Now, talking about blaring of horns, driver's education classes teach prospective drivers basic rules of safe driving, but leave out the more subtle aspects of operating a motor vehicle or other automobiles, like the use of the horn. Inappropriate use and manner in which horns are blared destabilizes most learned drivers, so say some drivers.
This happened to at least learners because they'll be scared. The kind of people, the kind of vehicle that horn for them.
But sometimes it irritates you, doesn't it?
It irritates me because it just for a while. It depends on the motor that horn. Because some people their horn is too it's too big that it can shake the whole place.
People are always in a hurry, more especially at the traffic. Whenever they see the green light, there's the go, like you start people using their horn, pee, which is so annoying.
People normally horn discriminately, so people should be more careful when they horn so that they don't scare people off.
Although the horn is a very small device, it plays a very vital role in ensuring safe motoring.
Use your horn to alert the person that a vehicle is very nearby. And secondly, when you are approaching a place and somebody is maybe lost in thought, is not aware that a vehicle is coming, you use your horn as a note to keep the person aware that a vehicle is approaching. So it's to create awareness that a vehicle is approaching for safety of other users and the safety of the person in the vehicle using the driving the vehicle.
Attention is like the first step on the staircase of orderly driving and commuting.
Behavioral experts say in all of this, the use of the horn is more or less an attitudinal thing.
When you know what the horn is meant for in an automobile, then you keep to the rules and then behave well, where your character, your attitude becomes very vital.
The bottom line is, achieving sanity on highways in the country depends to a large extent to strict adherence to the seemingly least important rules of driving, like when or how to use the horn.
Watching that report, one wonders if we ever see the day Nigerian motorists will stop honking their horns. I don't think it's ever going to happen, and it's so annoying. Let's move on. Call it gender-based violence or violence against women. They mean the same thing. Recently, people the world over became more aggressive in condemning the act. However, there is one aspect of gender-based violence that most people do not even see as such, so they say nothing about it. Wondering what this is? Then listen to Annie Daniels.
Yes, it is no doubt domestic violence against women. Many, however, may not see it as such because it is an act that is carried out by a husband on his wife. It is called rape in marriage.
Rape in marriage, or marital rape, or in some cases spousal rape, is when you have non-consensual rape in the context of a marital union. This is a form of rape, as in all types of rape, that's a criminal act.
Does it really exist?
We have had many instances of wives that have come in to complain about spousal rape and marital rape.
Still doubting that rape can possibly happen in a marriage setting, I had to ask other people if they are aware of such.
Sorry, I've never heard anything like rape in marriage.
It's a taboo when you say one of the spouses claim that he has been raped by the other spouse.
So far the person is your partner, your spouse. Once you say I do, you should be ready. Whether you are tired, come rain, come shine.
Kemi Da Silva Ibru, a gynecologist and caregiver, was quick to point out that the refusal of relevant authorities to punish husbands who rape their wives, in addition to cultural and religious beliefs, contributes to the prevalence of rape in marriage.
And I think it stems from the old tradition of when women have what we refer to as dowries or bridal prices that men are expected to pay. And therefore, when we have problems, we're encouraged not to speak on them.
Because marriage is divinely ordained, we sought the views of clerics.
The Bible does say that a woman should not unnecessarily withhold her body from her husband, and the husband likewise. But in practical terms and in physical terms, it's very difficult for a person who is sick or who is ill or who is down or is depressed to respond appropriately to sexual advances. If you then compel that person at that point in time, it is rape.
In Islam, it's not an issue. When I say it's not an issue, you can hardly find such cases.
But should a wife say no to her husband? Does she have the right?
If somebody is emotionally disturbed for one reason or the other, you cannot.
A woman has the right to refuse.
But when a wife finds herself in a situation where she is raped by her husband, what should she do?
They need to leave the home of risk. We then offer them some sort of social welfare by giving them accommodation and free legal aid if they choose to address this in a legal fashion.
Is there any provision in the law that takes care of these kind of domestic violence against women?
In Nigeria, in Lagos State, there's nothing like marital rape, because the law believes that you are lawfully married, and rape is defined as unlawful sexual intercourse.
Whatever happens to mutual respect, understanding and consent?
It's mutual respect. All right, let's talk about a soup condiment mostly used in the southern part of Nigeria. Periwinkles are edible seafood found in swampy areas. It is widely consumed by people living in riverine communities due to its flavor and nutritional benefits. Emediong Umo will show us some recipes that are complete with periwinkles. This special report led Newsline crew to unravel a story behind periwinkles and why it is being used in some parts of Nigeria, especially in Akwa Ibom State. Emediong, over to you now.
Periwinkle, popularly called Mfi in Ibibio, Ikoto in Yoruba, and Nsam in Igbo languages in Nigeria, is an edible seafood known scientifically as Litorina litorea. Its shell is stronger and harder than snail. Species of periwinkle vary according to different water bodies. The seafood are found in swampy areas across the world. In Nigeria, most individuals in the riverine areas use periwinkle to prepare varieties of cuisines. Others extract the periwinkle from the shell to suit their taste.
We cook ekpankukwo with this mfe. Like today, I want to use it in cooking my afang soup.
The green part of it is giving us blood, and then the meat is very costly now, so everybody now goes for periwinkle. Even those that don't used to eat, they are trying to eat now because the cost of living is too high now.
I love it. I was born here and I started using it quite a pretty long time. It is nice, simply nice and nutritious.
If you cook Urura Fede, which is okra, you can put periwinkle. Even afang, you can put the periwinkle. In short, periwinkle is a very nice. It puts some spices in periwinkle, you will enjoy the soup.
I love periwinkle so much. I enjoy it. I love putting it in every of my food that I cook, except rice.
Being the most consumed seafood, traders speak on the level of patronage by consumers.
I really have enough customer here.
The market is so fine. People really buy it now. We sell for bag 12,000. Today size by size 12,000, 13,000, 9,000, 7,500 size by size.
Medical experts say that the seafood constitutes all the vital vitamins that the body requires to function properly. Hence, the need for massive consumption of periwinkle.
Periwinkle is another seafood that is highly nutritious. And that is because periwinkle contains calcium. It contains calcium, contains magnesium as well. And calcium and magnesium is one nutrient that is needed for the growth and maintenance of healthy bones.
The presence of vitamin D, the presence of calcium, and the presence of magnesium works perfectly to balance our nutrients as it relates to bone.
Aside from preparing delicacies with periwinkle, it is interesting to note that the shell from periwinkle is used to control erosion in the environment.
I personally can't imagine cooking soup without periwinkle. It's addictive because it adds to the deliciousness. We'll take our last break. Stay with us.
A new edition of TV Guide is out with special focus on the game changer, His Excellency Governor Abdullahi Sule of Nasarawa State. Broadcasting in a digital economy, Maxwell Logo gives an insight. This edition also features Nancy Naji of AIT, a name synonymous with business. Meet the NCDC boss, Dr. Chikwe Ihekweazu. TV Guide your indispensable companion, also x-rays the relevance of social media in the modern society. Meet some TV professionals who have impacted their spaces and other inspiring stories in sports, entertainment, and lots more. Grab a copy at the vendor near you or NTA stations nationwide. TV Guide, your indispensable companion.
Although social media as a channel of communication is inherently harmless, it becomes harmful and damaging when used without discretion and thoughtfulness. Bad social media users spread rumors and fake news without verification. But good social media users stop, reflect, and verify information before sharing it. Be a good social media user. Stop the spread of fake news. Verify the authenticity of your source and use social media responsibly for a better Nigeria. This message is brought to you by the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, in collaboration with the National Orientation Agency.
Bishop Gordon Ada Osagede, first son of the late Apostle Deborah Eunice Osagede, has taken on the mantle of leadership of the Spirit and Life Bible Church and Godhead International Ministries following the death of his mother. He was consecrated by Apostle Alfred Graham of Azuzu World Ministries, Arizona, USA. This was at a Thanksgiving service that climaxed the funeral rites of the late apostle. Agatha Iguarojo brings us the trappings of the ceremony tagged Celebration of Heaven's Joy.
God does not move. He doesn't shake heaven. But for one soul, there's great joy.
That was her vision and mission for over 30 years, winning souls for Christ through the spread of the gospel across the country and abroad, even in difficult terrains. So the family and church chose not to mourn, but to celebrate her transition. Dignitaries and ministers of the gospel found their way to the Godhead International Center in Ogede community, outskirts of Benin City. The root of the Godhead International Ministry, built in the early 1990s, it was a service of songs in gratitude for her life. The service over, the corpse was moved to the prayer ground in the center for lying in state. The body was taken to her residence, the Good Shepherd Courtyard in GRA Benin, and was interred in a private ceremony strictly for family members.
She was our pillar.
She lived a life after the heart of God.
She's someone who nurtures, who cares.
Mommy gives, mommy supports.
With the vacuum created by her absence, the first son takes charge of the ministry.
I believe that God knows what he's doing, and my whole job is to submit to him. When I do that, then whatever this leadership is supposed to bring and do, it shall come to pass.
The late Apostle Deborah Eunice Osagede died December 3, 2020 at 62. She was married to the late Bishop Gordon Osagede. The mother of 7 had her early education in Benin City and her higher education in Obafemi Awolowo University, University of Lagos, and University of Benin. Her first work experience was as news editor and moderator, Matters of the Moment, in NTA Benin from 1985 to 1986.
May her beautiful soul continue to rest in the Lord. Amen. And that does it on Newsline. I'm sure you enjoyed it. Please make next week a date. I can't wait to bring you more beautiful stories. Do have a prosperous week. Good night and God bless Nigeria.